Welcome everyone to part 10 of my How to Play Hearthstone 4 tutorial series. Today, I'm going to be playing as the US of A, and we're going to go over logistics. Now, this is going to be a really short episode, so let's get right into it. So up in the top right is our logistics button. It's a chart with a pin on it. We click it. Now, all logistics tells us is how much of each piece of equipment that we're producing we have, how much we need, and how much we are producing a day. So if you look here, let's look at one line at a time. So we have artillery, okay, and it says we currently need an average of 1.4 artillery units a day. Okay, so this is the average you need a day, but to the right of that you see this is how many we are producing a day. Now if it's a green number, that means we're producing a surplus. If it's a red number, that means we're losing it. Typically you'll see red numbers once you start the game, but they'll turn green as you start playing, but you'll see more red numbers in this column as you fight wars. Because if you didn't know, as your divisions fight, their equipment is lost. So it will turn into a red number because you'll be losing more than you can produce unless you have good military factory production. Now to the right of that, this is just the equipment we have stored, meaning how much we have extra. Because let's say we have a red number here and a green number here, that's okay for the time because we could still supply our divisions with this infantry equipment before we run out and start going into a deficit. So basically the rule of thumb is keep these numbers all green as long as possible, and this really judges and gives you a good idea of what you should be focusing on producing. So if you're really green in support equipment here, like you've got plus 600 in reserve, plus 20 a day, you might want to transfer some military factories in your production tab from here into like your infantry equipment. So one more feature about logistics, other than the fact that it tells you the resources here, if you click on a line, it gives you a nice chart that helps you easily identify where the equipment's going and how you've lost it over time. And I'm going to go ahead and assign my factory so I could show you what happens as the game goes on. So we've got plenty of infantry equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on 5 speed and hit play. Now here you go, you see your numbers are changing. We've got now there we go, we got green numbers. We are producing enough to satisfy our army. We still have a deficit. We still need to produce 21,000 guns, but with a rate of 30 a day, I think we'll be there in no time. What's that, like 800 days or so? So that should be it for logistics. Hopefully you understand how equipment is lost and how to better supply it. One more thing to keep in mind is if I zoom in on this division, you see there's a brown bar on it, even when I click on them. I'm going to cover this more in the next episode where we go over land combat, but the brown bar, all that means is it's fighting strength. It's the health points, or the HP of the division. Their HP is judged by how much manpower is fully filling the division, and how much equipment they have. So keep an eye on these brown bars, because as they go down, if they reach the bottom, that division dies. You need to make sure they have equipment, and to make sure they have equipment, you need to check logistics to see what you need to produce. So that should be it for this episode. If you have any questions about supply or production, and just shoot them down in the comments, and I'll see you in part 11.